blow, and that's when we seen the rotation of the tornado.
We seen it whenever we were standing at the garage. It was dead quiet, and the next thing you know, it sounded like a freight train rolling through.
Tornadoes overnight touching down in Missouri. The damage reports coming in. Plus,
overnight storms damaging parts of Faulkner County. I'll show you a look at road conditions and what we're seeing this morning.
And new information in the Germantown Apartments fire in Conway. What police are now saying may have caused the fire that injured 2 and killed a dog.
From the station that's on your side, this is Channel 7 News Daybreak.
And a good Tuesday morning. The time now 6 o'clock. We're continuing our team coverage of severe weather passing through the state.
Overnight, several tornado warnings, and right now, Todd and Melinda are in the Weather Center with the very latest.
Yeah, and with good news on the latest radar scan that it just looks like that severe weather threat continues to lower.
Yeah, I looked at the radar just a little while ago and looked at Melinda and go, boy, this is really nothing right now.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it can't turn into something, but it's really dying a quick death, and that's a good thing. Let's go to our 5 live Doppler radars. It's rain. And there are some gusty winds with this, and the strongest of the winds are actually moving out of the Channel 7 viewing area into far eastern Arkansas, and the rain is almost over and done with in the Little Rock Metro. We still have the back edge to go, and that'll happen probably within the next hour. Still some wet roads for your morning commute. The only area of the state that I have concern for, it's this section of Arkansas, and there could be a strong and maybe briefly severe thunderstorm, but as far as tornadoes are concerned, while it's still a risk, it is so much lower than it was just a few hours ago. I think we're looking at mainly heavy rain, a little bit of thunder and lightning, nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, and this will continue for south and eastern Arkansas. Let me show you what's going on, though, here in the metro, and it's kind of the tail end of the rainfall here on our Middleton Skycam. But you know what? I mean, it's moving through before the traffic gets busy, but it's going to leave it wet as the traffic picks up later on today. Hey, that's Oaklawn, as they're already out on the track checking things out for the rain and thunderstorms that move through there. Here's our severe weather watch. It's a thunderstorm watch for areas south and east of the Little Rock area, and that is until noontime today, mainly for the possibility of gusty winds that could be moving in that part of the state along that line. But again, just doesn't look like anything severe unless things ramp up a little bit. 68 for a high today. We've actually cooled down behind the front. We'll talk about those temperatures coming up in just a bit, but a nice afternoon. I think the sun comes out quickly behind these storms for sure by this afternoon. Coming up, though, colder temperatures tonight, and I'll tell you how chilly it does get.
All right.
Back over to Chris now with a look at that traffic.
Thank you, guys. Our Crane Automotive Team traffic report this morning not showing any traffic delays right now around the metro, but that will change, folks. And especially with rainfall, we typically see traffic build up right at the beginning of the rush hour, closer to 7 o'clock, and it will continue well past 9 o'clock in the morning. So if you want to avoid some of those delays, leave early. Here's a live look at our map. We'll go ahead and zoom in and take a look at a couple of our sky cams now. 630 east and westbound next to Arkansas Children's Hospital. Heavy volume coming in on those eastbound lanes, a light to moderate level on the westbound lanes right now. And here's a look at the 30 River Bridge. Now, you can't really see it because of one of the rain droplets that's on our sky cam, but over on the left-hand side of your screen, there's actually more volume there on the 30 westbound lanes just in front of Verizon Arena that is not being shown right now, but we don't have a windshield wiper for this camera, so we can't just wipe it off and show you everything that's happening. But we will keep you up to date on it throughout the morning right here on Channel 7.
We continue severe weather coverage with Channel 7's Elizabeth Armstrong. She's out live in Faulkner County with a look at the damage after a tornado-warned storm passed through there this morning. Elizabeth, I know you guys have been out for several hours now. We're just on the cusp of sunrise. What are you seeing out there?
Hey, yeah, good morning. We understand that a possible tornado touched down here around 3:45. Like you just said, we've been out here all morning. We drove around Vilonia, Hamlet, and now we're here in Holland. We spoke with the Holland Fire Department chief. They sent us out here this morning. Take a look at all of this. We understand we've got some trees down in the roads. They cut these up and moved them to the sides of the road so they won't be creating a traffic hazard for school buses or anyone trying to get to work later today. We aren't seeing just a ton of damage, though, on the roads. That doesn't mean there isn't any, but if you're waking up to damage and can safely take photos, we would love to see those. You can send those to our KATV app. We're wanting to make sure everybody's aware of what's going on this morning. For now, let's talk about road conditions. As you can see, some debris in the streets. We've seen everything from toppled trash cans to your normal sticks, some larger branches as well. So if you're getting out on the roads, be aware. The fire department also wants us to warn commuters. We're seeing ponding on the sides of the road. You can see just a little bit here, but there are some flooding on some lower lying roads this morning. So be aware of that. Obviously, it's still storming. We've got some pretty heavy rains right now. Not terrible, but we've seen everything from a drizzle to the sheets of rain where you can't see 5 feet in front of your face. So if you're getting out on the roads, just know that's going to impact traffic conditions as well. In terms of power outages, we know a couple dozen homes throughout Faulkner County are still without power this morning. So we're going to keep you updated on all of that. Be sure to stick with Channel 7 throughout the morning. I'll be out here keeping you updated on all these conditions. But for now, Chris, back to you.
Elizabeth, thank you. Let's take a look at the power outages on our outage map from Entergy Arkansas to give you a better idea of where those power outages are around Arkansas right now. And you can see that most of them being in Prairie County. And there is a line of storms that has moved through the state. When we turn on the radar, you can see that line of storms, as Todd and Melinda mentioned, now moving into the Delta. So everything behind it is where we're seeing the power outages. So Devils Bluff and Prairie County, out of the 3,000 right now, Prairie County accounting for roughly 1,200 of those power outages. Looking at some of the bigger counties, Lonoke County, 162. Looks like Garland County, 102. Pulaski County, 283. And Clay County, 269. Faulkner County right now, 163. We'll make sure you're up to date on all of the power outages throughout the morning right here on Channel 7.
A lot of power flashes. A lot of power flashes.
National Weather Service says at least 2 tornadoes have touched down in Missouri. The first one was reported around Platte City. Another tornado touched down east of Kansas City just a short time later. We're getting reports of 10 to 15 people injured and several homes damaged in that area. The time now is 6:06, and coming up, the voter ID bill that would require you to show an ID before voting went before the Senate.
At 6:24, we'll tell you how they voted.
And while the storms have cleared out of North Arkansas, they are headed into South Arkansas that hasn't seen those storms yet. We'll talk about what that will mean for you folks in the southern part of the state next.